Well. How are you guys doing this afternoon? This Saturday afternoon, it's kind of cloudy here. I don't know how it is there. I'm getting ready for the podcast at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, but I was watching Rule Zero, and John spoke about something that kind of struck me about the pathway to success. He talked about having a YouTube channel for about 4 years, and he only had about 800 subscribers. Of course, now he has a lot of subscribers, over 10,000. I'm not sure how many, but he's successful. He's a millionaire, and he's very influential in that. What's up, Affy? I'm practicing some live. I've never did many lives, so I'm trying to kind of get into that. I've been watching AV. He does a lot of that, and so anyway, I'm convalescing here, Affy. But I got struck to do this about the pathway to success. People look at people who are successful, maybe the people they idolize or they admire, and they only see the success. They don't see the years of struggle or the things they had to go through to prepare their character to be able to endure the monotony and the misery or the disillusionment and the disappointment to get to where they are successful today. They've been through the struggle. It's the struggle is what makes the man. And I'll talk mostly about men here. Those things build your character. There's a verse I like. It says, "For in fire gold is tested, and worthy men in the crucible of humiliation." It's only through humiliating experiences that we gain character strength. It's just like going to the gym. You can't get bigger muscles unless you put resistance against your muscles. So you have to struggle, you have to hurt a little bit. Well, your brain and your mind is like a muscle. You can only strengthen that, strengthen your integrity and your character through trials and tribulations, through struggles, through disappointments, through disillusionments. These things you should welcome. Well, I understand why you don't want to. They don't feel good. And I'll be honest with you, I've been through a lot of them. And it's only through the last couple that I went through that I was able to get through it. Now, this didn't make it feel any better, but knowing that I was going to come out on the other side with new wisdom, new insights, and new abilities, and a more of a knowledge of myself, that didn't make it hurt any less, but it did help me to get through it. And the reason I know that is because I have been through a lot of those things. As I said, it didn't make the physical pain any less, because there is a physical pain when you go through some of these things. If you lose a loved one, you hurt physically inside. You hurt worse than they do because they're gone. And you have to think about that too, because they don't want you to grieve over them to the point where you're actually making yourself sick. And some people do that. So grieving is an important part of life. But that is part of going through the struggles and the trials and tribulations. I remember after my father died, I was okay with it because I took care of him for 4 years before he passed away. Now, his mind was good, but he couldn't speak. He couldn't wash himself. He could feed himself, but he could only use his right hand. The one thing he could do was cuss, but he couldn't have a conversation. But I know about a month before he passed, he had some problems at home and we had to take him to the hospital. And I asked him, I said, "Do you want to come to my place and stay?" And he said no. He shook his head. I said, "Well, would you like me to get a small trailer and you can live by me there and I'll take care of you?" Because I had been taking care of him at my mother's house. He said no. And I thought, well, what the hell does he want to do? I said, "Well, do you want to go into the rehab or the nursing home and then come back to mom's house and we'll continue to care for you there?" And he said no. And I thought, we were in the emergency room, and I thought, what does he want? I said, "Dad," I said, "are you ready to go?" And he said, "Yes." And just to clarify it, I said, "Are you ready to pass on?" And he said, "Yes." So he was tired of living the way he had been living. So it wasn't shortly after that he passed on, probably a month or two later. I came there one day I had to go there 4 times a day, 7 days a week. I went there to lay him down after lunch. And he was sitting up really straight. And he wasn't very warm anymore, so he had passed. My mom had just been in there half an hour before. And I was okay with it. I didn't cry. I felt good about it because I was able to take care of him. How could I repay him for how he cared for me? Now, he was a mean son of a bitch. I'm telling you, he used to whip our ass. But I can look at that however I want to. I can look at that like, oh, mom and dad never told me they loved me. My dad whipped my ass. All I ever seen was anger. Or I can look at it like he built my character. He strengthened me. He made me be tough and persistent and persevere when things were tough. When he used to be whipping our ass, my brother said, you always got it worse because you wouldn't shut up. I am what they call a nonconformist, so it served me well. But all that, I would not be here doing this. Thanks, Affy. I would not be here doing this were it not for all those things I've been through. And that was just the beginning of an adventurous life I've had. I wouldn't change anything. Oh, low in the seat. Let me sit up here a little bit. I wouldn't change anything. Now, did I enjoy going through the trials and the tribulations? No, I didn't. Sometimes I felt like, zeroing myself out. Okay, but we all have those feelings. We don't have to take action on those things. But I would reach out and ask for help. And like Affy says, Affy Kingdom, none of us become successful by ourselves. And after I hit about 30, I started realizing I needed people to help me. Now, before that, I was of the mind that, well, if you want a job done right, you do it yourself. That's bullshit. But that's what I told myself until I came to the end of myself. And when I came to the end of myself, that's when I started reaching out. And reaching out to other people. And I realized how important that was. But as well as reaching out, I also learned that I must help other people too with my experience. So all those things that seemed so tragic in my life before I turned 30, and I had a lot after that also. I've been married 3 times since, I've actually been married 4 times. I've lost my kids. I had to leave the country to avoid prosecution because I was falsely accused of things. Had to leave another country because I was falsely accused of things. Okay, but I created all this. Now, you can blame other people. I could tell you some of the things people did to me that were pretty, what do we say now, traumatic, whatever, and the accusations and the things I had to go through. But they all did me a favor. They all did me a favor. That was just what I needed to bring me down to where I needed to be. Because I've been an arrogant son of a bitch all my life. And I still am a little bit. But I realize now I don't have all the answers. I need to ask for help. And that's where everybody, the true successes, never become successful by themselves. They have help of other people, and they help other people. It's kind of like you pour the water in the glass, okay, and it becomes full. If it sits there a long time, it becomes stagnant and dirty. But you pour new water in. So the new water keeps coming in. That's the people that help you, that are above you, or that are progressing ahead of you in what you want to do. But also that water comes out, and you need to help people that are, for lack of a better way, below you. Help them up if they want help. Now, if they don't want help, then they're just going to drain your energy. I've tried to help people that don't want help. Many people need help, but a lot of people won't accept it. They will just drag you down. But help those people who desire help, who take action on the suggestions that you give them. And that empowers them, but it also empowers you. So that's the way life works, at least what I've found out. You must give to receive. And whatever you give away, it comes back to you multiplied. Or multiplicatively, they say. That's a difficult word. So all these things you have to go through in life. Otherwise, let's say you become successful with little trouble, little tribulation, it's very possible and highly likely that you will self-sabotage, you will destroy it because you can't handle the attention, the fame, whatever it happens to be, the money. Money is just an energy, but it equates power in this world. The money that I have today, I would have used it to maybe manipulate people 10 years ago. So I wasn't ready for what I'm able to handle today. Many people want to win the lottery. They want to inherit $1 million or whatever, but they are not ready for that. You must have the consciousness of a player, of a millionaire, of whatever you desire to be. If the consciousness or the mindset, if you like, does not precede the outer manifestation, you will destroy it, or it will destroy you, or you will destroy each other, and you'll have nothing. So the character, the integrity, the consciousness, all has to be built. So don't be so discouraged when things don't go your way, when it seems like everything's going to hell, because that's exactly what you need. But it's hard to realize that. Hey, what's up, Wade? I'm just getting ready to get off here. I got the show at 6 o'clock. We're going to talk about modern 304s. So anyway, we'll see how that is. I've forgotten how good women used to be. I just only see what they are now. But they used to do so many things that they don't do anymore. It's just, that's the way it is. All right. Okay, guys, I got to go. Take care, Wade. I will check you later.